There are 7 things that every man needs in order to really be the man that he knows he can be. And actually, honestly, that he is, that he knows he is. And so, look, you men, you need to hear this. And you women need to hear this. So you can help your men be men and help raise your boys to be men. And men can raise boys to be men. And everybody can be men. Not to be overpowering or out of their space. But we all ought to be men or women and really lean into that identity and role. And every human being should be striving to be their absolute best self. So here are the 7 things. Ready? Number 1 is aim. Every man needs a great aim. Men need something to live for, something to get up for, something to fight for, something to get excited about, something to work towards. We need a great aim. And here's the cool thing. The greater the aim, the greater the life. The more noble the aim, the happier the life. We need something to work on. If we get aimless, we stop feeling like a man. And I guess that's true for its total human need, right? To feel aimless is blah. You lose all the positive emotions and the good things. You just drift through life and you're coasting. And we all know there's only one direction you can coast. And it ain't up. Okay, next. Second A is autonomy. That's how you pick up your man card. Is when you start doing things on your own. When you become more self-reliant. When you're autonomous, right? You take care of yourself. That's how you pick up your man card. But a lot of men are still living like little boys. And we do this in some areas of our life. We act like helpless little boys. And we're too dependent still on our parents or on our wife or on our kids or on the government or on our boss or on our job. We're dependent on other people doing things for us. And we sit around and act like helpless little victims. And it's not total independence like the lone wolf. The lone wolf doesn't win, right? The man who wins is the man who realizes he cannot be his best self without the help of others, nor can he be his best self if he leans too much on others, because then he begins to atrophy, like putting your arm in a sling and leaving it there. The man shrivels up, and he's not a man if he doesn't have autonomy. The third A is adventure. Every man needs adventure because adventure, man, it makes us feel alive. It awakens something inside of us that otherwise will lie dormant. We need something to challenge us, something to test us, something that is intimidating, maybe even scares us. Right? We need big, audacious goals. We need dumb goals, right? I came up with this acronym years ago for dumb goals. Demanding, unrealistic, meaningful, bold, right? We need dumb goals because it helps us stay at our best. When we lose out on some of the good we could have in life because we lack adventure, we end up feeling like the empty shell of a man, or we don't feel quite complete as a man if we don't have enough adventure in our lives. We need it. We need that adventure. So we need little adventures during the week and during the month, big adventures at least every quarter, and huge adventures at least once a year. Men need more adventures. Have you noticed they all start with A's? Maybe we could call these the 7 A's of being a bad A man. Next A, Amor. That's Spanish for love, or amore is Spanish, or Italian for love, or amour is the French for love. Men need more love in their lives. They need to love more, and they need to be loved more. It may not be the natural disposition of a man to be loving. And so it takes some intentional effort, but men, do not mistake this. Men need to love more and to be loved more. But for some men, it feels a little awkward to be more loving, or it feels uncomfortable, it feels vulnerable, it feels risky, it feels off. But what's fascinating is a man absolutely must be loved, especially by the woman he loves. And he needs more love in his life. And the way to be loved more is to love more. And this may not come naturally for some men, and so it has to be intentional, it has to be deliberate. It has to be thoughtful. It has to be something that is chosen and sought after to expand and open our hearts and to love a lot more the people that are close to us. Who could possibly measure the damage that is done when we don't love enough and are not loved enough? Men need amor. They need love, right? Next day is abundance. Oh man, we need abundance. We need abundance, not just of money and resources. That's great, right? And I hope you have all the abundance you want. But you need abundance in skills, abundance in abilities, abundance in knowledge, abundance in resourcefulness, abundance in time. We need abundance. Who wants to be caged by scarcity? Ooh. Restrict a man, confine him, and watch how he fights like a caged lion, right? But if we live in scarcity, and scarcity is most often just a mindset, right? It's a poverty mindset, because you can be very wealthy and live in scarcity, or you could be quite poor and live in abundance, right? But we've got to have abundance. If we're ever going to be our absolute best selves, we have to have abundance. And men want to be providers. They did a bunch of studies and they found that the number one insecurity among men was their ability to provide well. Fascinating, right? It's just in us. We want to provide. And we need abundance to do that. And it all starts right here. Abundance of a lot of things. Men need abundance. Sixth is ability. Man, if you want to have abundance, you got to have ability. And men need some serious skills, right? Like, not like the Napoleon Dynamite nunchuck skills, right? I got some sweet nunchuck skills. Not like that. More like Liam Neeson in the movie Taken, where they kidnap his daughter and he gets on the phone and he says, I have a particular set of skills that makes me a nightmare for people like you. Ooh, right? We need a particular set of skills that makes us a nightmare for bad people or bad things or even bad days. So you don't have bad days have you. We need abilities and skills. We need competence, which is directly tied to our confidence, by the way. We need to have skills. The skills to get things done, to move the needle in life, to be productive, to be effective, to make a difference. You know, to work on your earning ability, which is your greatest asset in the marketplace, but also the skills to lead, the skills to influence, to persuade, the skills to fix things that get broken and prevent things from getting broke, the skills to adjust and adapt and make a difference. Physical skills, mental skills, emotional skills. I need those, lots of those ones. Social skills. Man, social skills, spiritual skills, financial skills. We need the sweet skillities, right? Skills and abilities. Got to have those. Next and last is authority. Men need authority, but it's not what you think it is. This kind of authority is never given. It is only earned. It does not and cannot come from a position or a title or a uniform or a badge. It's not about telling people what to do. It's not having power over people. It's having power for people. It's the authority that comes from character. It is earned and never given. It's from being a superb human being. It's the kind of authority that, you know who I'm talking about. It's those people who, when they walk in, you can't help but have reverence and respect for them because of who they are and what they've accomplished and how they do life. That's the kind of authority I'm talking about. And the most painful thing for men, we want to lead and preside and influence and help, right? We want to make a difference in the world. We want to be influential. And one of the most painful things is just to be overlooked, dismissed, disregarded, ignored, right? And so in order to have the authority that's earned, it comes from character, from knowledge, from capabilities, from ability, right? From love, from all those things, from living life as a great man. Oh, this stuff is awesome, right? Those are the 7 things. Now, there's no way I can hit on all those right now. I actually created a mini course. The 7 things that every man must have in order to really be the man that he knows he can be. So you can check that out. It's on my website. Go to extraordinaryfamilylife.com or even go through gregdenning.com. Get this course. It's a mini course. It just nails this. It's powerful. It goes through each one and really outlines how to do it, why it's so important, and more importantly, how to actually do it. We've got to have these things in our life, and we've got to teach them to our sons and teach our daughters what to look for and how to be a positive influence for the men in their lives. Like, this stuff matters so much. There are so many good men who are suffering needlessly and they feel empty. Many men have told me they feel like they're dying inside, or they're in a walking comatose, right? They're just existing. They're the mere replacement, a substitute of what they really could be, and they're leaving so much potential just sitting there on the table. So let's pick it up and let's be great men. Let's make sure we're implementing these things in our lives, that we're living thoroughly into our best self so that we can feel alive every day. Every man should wake up every day excited about his life and feeling alive and energized and feeling like his life has meaning and purpose. Oh, that's the only way to live, my friends. So let's share this. Let's get it out there. Let's get it in front of people. And let's be men. Or if you're women watching that, be women and help the men in your life be the best men they can be. Love you guys. Reach upward.